Hello everybody, Revan Megas here. Welcome you to an honest discussion about Stardew Valley, Leah being one of the best wives in the game. This has come up before. It was actually part of the tier list where I believe I ranked Leah pretty high. I'd have to go back and check that. And the questioning is why is she considered one of the best wives in Stardew Valley? Now I'm going to start out by just saying, she's probably one of the more unique characters, and the biggest thing with her, and this is the number one reasoning I actually personally like her, is she is the most independent of any of the other girls. Now you've got Abigail, you've got Penny, you've got Haley, and they all kind of live with somebody else. Abigail is still young, lives with her parents. Haley lives with her sister, and then you have Penny, who lives with her mother. And while the whole aspect of not being on your own, being your own independent, isn't a deal breaker, Leah is one of the only girls that does have that. She decided, hey, I'm going to pursue my dream and I'm going to live out in the woods. I'm basically going to buy, or I'm assuming buy. It might be actually discussed in one that she's renting it, but for the most part, she is independent and everything like that. Now, compared to some of the other stories, Leah's backstory is very realistic in the sense that it's very easy to kind of look at it and be like, I could see that actually being something that happens to someone, and you can relate to it very easily. One of the biggest things with this is she wants to pursue her goal of being an artist and creating sculptures and basically pursuing that as her career and future. Now, some people will look at it and they'll be like, what is the thing that, then what is her problems? Everybody kind of has something that's like this real big issue in their story. Haley's kind of starts off mean, and that's like her persona is kind of villainous in like a mean girl's way. So what is Leah's? Leah's backstory is she came from the city where she was struggling financially with her boyfriend at the time. She wanted to continuously improve her artistic work. She wanted to grow as a person and be able to actually like make a career and make money. And her boyfriend decided this was not the route that he thought would be a good route to take. And it's the sense that they're struggling financially. He's working, she's working, but they're not making enough. He wants her to go back and do something that would actually make money, like go and be a doctor or anything really like that. And it kind of plays into the idea of traditional career goals that people have. Some people look at that and go like, art is something I want to follow, and my goal is never to be behind a desk. And Leah embodies this. Now, this is where it diverges in the sense some people would say like, well, she leaves her boyfriend because he doesn't support that. And for me, this is definitely like one of those things that you shouldn't look at it like that. You should look at it in the sense that she breaks it off very amicably on her side. She basically tells him it's not going to work out. They're in different places in their lives, and that's it. And that's fine for this. There's no wrong in having different goals in life. And it's better that she told him, and she even says this in one of the cutscenes, that they were young and she wanted to get out of it early enough that he could find someone else. She didn't want to egg him along. So the entire thing is, you hear more about this, and it's, do you want to help her pursue her goals of being an artist? And you can do this one of two ways. You can either hold art shows or you can sell it online. Now you do actually in one of the scenes meet the boyfriend, and this is one of probably the greatest reasonings that Leah's the best, is the fact that you can actually punch the ex-boyfriend and it won't detract from her liking you. So it's definitely, I like that portion of it. I think that's definitely realistic. Maybe not the being able to punch someone and then them being like, oh my god, like, you're the best. But it does make sense. You do get to kind of see that there is this villainous intent. Now, as you support her goals, you get married to her, she ends up giving you some artwork along the way, some of her sculptures. It's a really like endearing feeling within the game because she is one of the only characters that gives you something that is something they can display at your house. Now, this is really cool in the sense that it shows a natural progression in your relationship with her, and you never do get this feeling of anger or malice from her throughout the entire thing. There's never a scene that you go, she's leading your character on, she refers to you as like, neighbors, that kind of stuff. So there isn't malice behind her intent. There's never sarcasm. It's a very straightforward approach that she takes, and it's very kind. There's no malice, at least, that seems to come from it. Now, you eventually, if you do marry her, she moves in, she still works on her art sculptures, that kind of stuff. Still pretty cool all around. Now, basically, this is where I think she becomes the best wife, is because her final scene that you get with her is her talking about doing a painting for Marnie. And you do have the option to paint, and you can paint a picture of Marnie. Now, you can select what style Leah chooses, and she chooses, there's one of 3, modern, that kind of stuff and everything. And they all look different, which is really cool too. And yours is childlike. Now, the one thing that this scene could easily be just thrown away, like, here is Leah's painting, it's great, Marnie accepts it, blah blah. The thing that I think really sells it is Leah knows that your painting sucks. It's not a great painting. It's very childlike, like I said. And she still encourages you to do it. She encourages you to move forward with it. And she just takes a natural happiness that you actually took the time to do something that she likes and to learn about a hobby and a career that she is very vested in, which just all around is something that is a very realistic approach and makes for a happy marriage in general. And your character, I mean, obviously you don't really have the choices with it as much, but they do go along with it. They do help out. They do make this painting. So it's a very quaint, kind scene. It's not over the top. It's very down to earth. But this is my opinion. I do think Leah is one of the better wives that you can select. I hope that anybody who has some doubts about her does listen to this and say, yes, I can understand too as well. And if you guys are enjoying and want to hear some of the other reasonings for some of the other girls, why they make great wives or horrible wives or horrible husband, Shane, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. Until next time, this is Rev Mega saying I'll catch you later.